Hey guys, appreciate you checking out my YouTube channel. This week, I've been talking about situational football. So Monday we went through red zone offense, Tuesday red zone defense, Wednesday we went through clock. Today, we're going to be talking about when do you go for two. So you score a touchdown, it's awesome, band's going nuts, you're going nuts, kids are going nuts, and you got to decide, are we going to go for two or not? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. A lot more information, guys, available on situational football on my website, fbcoachsimpson.com, or you can reach out to me if I don't answer your specific question in this at my email, fbcoachsimpson@gmail.com. Okay? All right, so here's the way I look at when to go for two. And it may be a little different than everybody else does. Most people, first thing they look at is the point chart. We have that on there. That's our second thing we're going to look at. First thing I'm looking for is kicker ability. Okay? First, we'll start with our kicker. What rate are we making extra points? Okay, are we making extra points at 90%? Okay, well, then look at what rate are we making 2-point conversions? You've got to do some math here to give yourself a good opportunity to know when to go for two or not on your own end. Most people already do that. Here's the part where a little different. I'm also looking at the other team's kicker. Okay, what if they go for two every time? Do I want to get into a tit-for-tat game? We played a team week 2 this past season, went for two every time. So we knew going into that game, we were probably going to be going for two a lot, depending on if they were making their twos. Well, they were, so we were going to go for two to try to keep up with their points. And I know chasing points is something a lot of people don't like to do. However, I also don't want to lose a game because we have 7 and they have 8. I don't like that. Okay, so we're going to evaluate their kicker and our kicker first. If our kicker's struggling, maybe young, go for two a lot more. Okay, we'll work a lot more 2-point plays that season, knowing that's coming. If we're playing a team that specific week, they're heavy and going for two. Well, I'd rather be the first one to get it and make them chase me if possible. Okay. Second thing we're looking at is what everyone else does, the point chart. I would highly recommend putting this on your call sheet because that's a lot of math to do in the middle of a game. And I'm pretty good at math, but I'm not real good at math when fireworks are going off and everything's going nuts. And so having that chart will help tremendously when you're going to defer to points. Okay. One other situation that I've been going back and forth with my staff on is this. You score a touchdown, and after the touchdown, you're up 7 points. So you're up 7 points after the score. Do you go for one or do you go for two? On ours, that's going to become a question mark for us. It used to always be you kick the one, because now the worst thing that can happen is if they score and they get the two, you tie. Nothing wrong with that scenario. We won a game because we went through that. We held them on the two, we won the game. So I've seen that play out where you win. I've also at times gone for two in that situation because now I've changed the whole dynamic of the game. Now we're up 2 scores. Okay, especially in the fourth quarter of a game, you go up 2 scores with 4, 5, 6 minutes left, it changes the way the game's going to be played. So it's just something you need to think about. And when we're going to defer to that is the next ones. So kicker's been evaluated, point chart's been evaluated, so we're at one of those question mark, two or nots. The next thing we look at is momentum of the game. Momentum's a big thing. These are 15, 16-year-old kids. How are you doing? Are you getting 6 yards a carry? Well, probably gonna go for 2, or maybe momentum's not going your way and you want to end the game quickly and you feel you got something pretty good, something else you can look at. Finally, we're looking at our play call. What play are we gonna run? How comfortable do we feel with this play? And has the defense been showing what we expected them to show as we practiced? If you've worked on several 2-point plays, and you're getting the same look you've been practicing against, you got pretty good odds you're going to score on that because the defense didn't practice that nearly as much as you could. You've been practicing it all year. They've been practicing it for 3 days. So if you feel good about your play call, roll with it. And if you don't. Okay, I've had times where guys, I've gone for 2, we didn't get it, didn't work. I've had times where we have tried to kick the 1, and we missed it. Okay, so you can't get into that kind of game. You got to go with what your gut tells you to go with, but you need to prepare this stuff ahead of time. And here's my list again. Kicker ability. My kicker, their kicker. And this could also go to snapper holder. You could put that in there as well. Had a couple of games, we had a great kicker, snapper got hurt. Well, we're going to go for 2. because I don't know how much I feel about the second snapper. Okay, point chart. Have a guy there, have it on your call sheet, have it posted everywhere where you know what you're doing. Okay, momentum of the game, it obviously matters. And then finally, what do you feel about your play? Have you been practicing these plays since August and you feel really good about them? Or are you getting a completely different look defensively? Maybe you don't want to go that direction. Hopefully it's giving you at least some food for thought. This is just the way I think about going for 2, and maybe it'll help you out if you get into one of these scenarios. Appreciate your time, guys.